2022 was an amazing year for DreamWorks, with the likes of The Bad Guys and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish both cementing themselves as already DreamWorks classics. So now DreamWorks is back on the map, and Disney is slowly flowing down the charts, as even Illumination is stepping up their games in regards to animation with the Mario movie surprising everyone. And DreamWorks now is the top dog. And people are looking forward to their new movies coming out this year. Will they strike again? That's what we're here to talk about today, because we have two upcoming films coming for DreamWorks today. This year. We have Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, and we have Trolls 3 Band Together. Now, these are two very different films. One is original, one is a sequel, and hopefully the final one to a franchise. Today we're going to be talking about each of them, how I think they will turn out, and just DreamWorks 2023 and how I think everything's going to go down. So before we start, let's get right into everything, because I know we just hit 12,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the support on these videos. It means so much to me. And without further ado, let's get into why I think DreamWorks 2023 is actually going to be pretty good. So our first film on, the schedule for DreamWorks is Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. Now, originally this movie was named Meet the Gilmans, and we heard literally nothing about this film. We just heard that it was a story about a sea monster trying to adjust to a normal life and try and hide that they're sea monsters. We've already seen that, Luca. But I was really wrong, and we heard nothing about the film for a while, and it was set for summer of 2023, and it was slowly creeping up the summer of 2023, and we haven't heard any casting announcement, no trailer, and then just when I was gonna make a video about it, the trailer dropped immediately after I was gonna talk about it, and I was like, it was gonna show up sooner or later, especially with a big animation movie like the Mario movie coming up. They have to drop it around sometime now. And they did, and I was pleasantly surprised. What this movie's trying to do is throw another jab at Disney, but also kind of switch it up a bit. So, the film is about Ruby Gillman. She's a Kraken, and basically her family are descendants and have a great war with mermaids. The mermaids are the villains of this movie when they're normally pitted as the hero, which is kind of jabbing at the Little Mermaid, which I really find hilarious, because I think that the CEO of DreamWorks has always been jabbing at Disney, because then again, he is an ex-employee of Disney back in the 90s, so it's kind of fun seeing how he takes his own takes on these styles and, stereotypes for Disney movies. So that's pretty fun. The movie obviously doesn't have the Puss in Boots style a lot of people were expecting to have, but not every movie needs to have that. The Mario movie doesn't have that. Everyone is loving that movie. And I think it's gonna be fine. 3D animation is still a very good genre. We have 3D animation, fully 3D animated movies that look beautiful on their style. That's what's the great thing about animation. You could tell amazing stories and have amazing movies in all these different forms. And I'm getting that the Spider-Verse animation style is starting to become very popular now. We've had Puss in Boots, we've had the first Spider-Verse, we have Spider-Verse 2 coming out in June, and we have the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, which is also following this new art style. So, this art style is here to stay. And we also have Arcane, forgot about that too, and Mitchell's vs. the Machines. And it's crazy to think that, but yeah, we finally have the trailer for the movie, and honestly, I was wondering, where are they gonna place this? It's coming out in June, but summer 2023 is super crowded, and already crowded for animated movies, period. At the beginning of June, Spider-Verse 2 comes out. That is a juggernaut. Then, 2 weeks later, we have Elementals, Disney, another juggernaut. We'll see how it turns out. Recent Disney movies have been bombing. If Elementals bombs, I think Disney's gonna have to wake up now, because that is gonna be bad. Because no one's talking about that movie. From what I've heard, no one really cares for what that movie has to offer, and Disney better wake up fast. So we'll still have to see how that movie turns out, but I think Spider-Verse is gonna really take a big bite out of the box office for June, and the movie Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken comes out at the end of June, June 30th. And that's not the only competition. They have The Flash, they have Transformers Rise of the Beasts, they have all these other blockbusters like Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible not even coming out a few weeks later after Teenage Kraken, Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. It's gonna be a little tough for this movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. The box office is gonna be crowded. There's a blockbuster releasing like every single week, so it's gonna be tough. And I feel like Spider-Verse probably will be the reigning champion of animation for the summer. Even though I do think Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken will, at least, my prediction, at least strike past $200 million, I think it'll be fine. Because actually people are taking interest in the movie, and I feel like the success of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish has put DreamWorks back on the map and has people interested in their movies again. Because Boss Baby and all their other movies, it just dropped in quality and no one was caring for them anymore. But people are open to these new ideas that they're releasing. And that kind of puts the stamp on the movie. I'm a little upset they showed a little too much in the trailers, but I'll leave it at that. I'll see how the movie turns out on June 30th. You'll know that I'll cover a video on it. And that's kind of the first half of 2023 regarding to DreamWorks. And we have the second half with the Trolls sequel, Trolls 3 Band Together. Now, I'm surprised they got a third movie. The Trolls 2 kind of felt like a good spot to leave it, but DreamWorks, you know, they always want their trilogies, so we got this movie, and hopefully this is good. Because, you know, you kind of want to end this franchise on a good note, right? Right. So, we don't really have any plot details for this movie, we just have the title and the release date, November 2023. And my personal opinions on the Trolls franchise, it's okay. The first one was okay. It's a little nostalgic, I'll be honest with you, when I first watched it when I was really young. But this, as it grew on me, I just kind of fell out of touch with the franchise. The second one was just not good. I really didn't like it. Some people like the movie, I just don't like it, man. I just wasn't feeling it. And with this movie, I was like, okay, what else are they gonna tell? Where else could they take this, you know, universe of trolls and everything? We'll just have to see. I mean, the title's called Band Together, so I'm assuming all the different types of music are gonna band together for some sort of evil. So we'll just have to see how that turns out. And do I think they'll move to the Puss in Boots style of animation? It's kind of a 50-50 chance. Probably not-ish. Because Trolls kind of has its own style of, like, what's the word? It's not claymation, but kind of like, it's hard to explain. You know what I'm talking about. It has this kind of, compare it to the video game Yoshi's Crafted World. That's my best explanation for it, honestly. Compare it to that. That's what I kind of mean. And I think that's what Trolls set itself apart from other movies. And I don't think they'll go to the Puss in Boots style. But Kung Fu Panda, on the other hand, will probably go to the Puss in Boots style, since the director, also news about that, the director of Puss in Boots is not directing Kung Fu Panda 4, but is co-producing. So we could see something like that happen in Kung Fu Panda 4, so that's still something on my list and I'm highly anticipating. And with these two movies, I think this year, they're gonna have a solid year for DreamWorks. They're gonna have a really solid year. Sure, their first film is a little crowded and is gonna have some serious competition. And I still think we'll rank in some good bucks, and people will still check it out because of the success of their previous movies. And Trolls 3, already know, is a big franchise, so people will go out to go see that movie. I'm not sure the competition they have in that month. I really just think it's Dune, and I think maybe Ghostbusters, and that's about it. And I think that movie will be fine, hopefully. Hopefully they end the franchise right. But those two movies for DreamWorks 2023, kind of solid. I'm liking the lineup they got here. Just, thankfully it's not a Boss Baby 3. And by the way, that is happening, so one of these dreaded days I'm gonna have to cover that, so unfortunately. That's something I'm not looking forward to, but that's DreamWorks 2023. I'm really looking forward to how this will all turn out. And what are your thoughts? What do you guys think of Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken? Are you guys excited for Trolls 3? What do you think of DreamWorks right now? Let me know down in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next video. We are riding the hype train to that Mario movie. Let's-a go.